Hello and welcome to Jagee's Cookbook. I'm very happy to announce that Jagee's Cookbook is doing very well because of you, my darling viewers. And I want to tell you one thing, that there is an official page on Facebook called Jagee's Cookbook, and any of you who want to share, who want to know about my recipes and about my updates, please do join Facebook on Jagee's Cookbook. And this time I was thinking of showing you some delicious lip-smacking meatballs. Now, meatballs are of different types. They're of different meats. They can be of pork, beef, mutton, anything. And also different cultures have their forms of meatballs. Now, in India we have the kofta, and we also have the kebab. In Arabic, or in the Arabian states, they have they have the kibbeh. Now, different parts of the world have their forms and variations on this beautiful appetizer. Now, you can use this as a finger food, as an appetizer with drinks, a lot of different things. Now, I like to sometimes nibble on food rather than going for the full-fledged meal. So I love eating finger food once in a while rather than, you know, having a full-fledged meal. I'm not that type. So now, today I thought of showing you some lovely meatballs. Now, this meatball, okay, what I'm going to show you is a very delicious one, mainly because I'm going to mix different type of meats. Now, here, today I've got a little bit of minced chicken and minced beef, okay? Now, you can use actually chicken, beef, pork, anything you want, 3 or 4 varieties. And the thing is that the Italians found out that meatballs using different meats probably gives different or depth in flavor. So the more meats you use rather than sticking to one type of meat, the more depth in flavor. So I'm going to show you a variety, beautiful, different meatball, which is very delicious, spicy, and totally yummy here on Jagee's Cookbook. Now, first of all, what we do is we have to make a mishmash, okay? That is, we have to blitz some things together rather than putting, now before that, okay? Here I've got, you can see the pink one is minced chicken, okay? It's 225 grams of minced chicken and beef, 225 grams of minced beef. Altogether, we have 450 grams of mince, okay? So you can use all beef or all mutton or all pork or all chicken, anything, it's up to you. But here I used 2 types of meat. You can use 3 types of meat. You can use 150 each, that is 150 mutton, 150 pork or beef, or 150 chicken. Now here I'm using 225 grams of beef and 225 grams of chicken, okay? So you got this one all together, you should have 450 grams of meat, minced meat. Now what we have to do first is we have to light the fire, and usually what they do is in meatballs, they add everything raw. That is onion, garlic and everything, they put it raw. But no, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do Jagee style. That is, I don't want any raw things in my meat mixture. So I'm going to saute it first, okay? So for that, I'm going to make a mishmash. Okay, that is, I need 1 onion, okay? And I need a blender. I don't want to chop. I'm going to go totally blitz it so that all the flavors will get into it. And I don't want bits and pieces of onions and garlic and everything in my meat mixture. That's a tip from me, okay? So that's how I do it, okay? Take this out, take out the root or the stem or whatever you want to call it, and then just chop in. Try to chop it kind of small so that you know, it blitzes faster. The next piece, this is very easy and a very foolproof method. I mean, all the recipes I show are very easy. I mean, there's not finicky little things that are fussy. I don't like fussy things. Now, to that you add around 3 to 4 big cloves of garlic, and then again chop it up. Now you can add a little bit of ginger if you want, but here I opt not to. So that's that. And now what I'm going to do is just blitz it. Meanwhile, I'm going to put some oil in my frying pan. Just a bit, okay, not too much. Now, when you add a sort of blitzed mixture into the oil, you should be very careful that it does not catch underneath. It's not like chopped ones, otherwise it will catch, and it's not good if you catch. Okay, so there you go. That's that. And what we do is we add this blitzed mixture into the oil. Okay. While this is sauteing, okay, let this saute. Now it has to, well, the raw taste has to go while this is going on. What we do is, now I've got 3 tablespoons of semolina or rubber, whatever you want to call it. Now that has been soaking in a little bit of water. Okay, now it's been 20 minutes, and now what I'm going to do is keep an eye on your mishmash mixture. Just squeeze this and you get this sort of sticky mixture, okay? Just squeeze it and put it in your meat mixture. So the 3 tablespoons of rubber, which is soaked in some water, is in the meat mixture. I put it in the meat mixture. This is going on fine. The raw taste or the rawness of the onion and the garlic has disappeared. Now all you need to do is add, well, I've got some spices here. Okay, I've got half a teaspoon of cumin seed or jeera. Okay, in it goes 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. In that goes 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay, so that's the end of that. Half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. All this together with the mishmash so that you get a lovely spicy mixture. Okay, now make sure this doesn't get burnt. Okay, so just off the fire and let this saute well. It's a lovely mixture and the aroma is absolutely lovely. Okay, now to this we add a bit of coriander leaves, just a bit, well, around 1 tablespoon, okay, 1 tablespoon, and a bit of mint if you want to. If you don't want to, don't worry. If you're using mutton, okay, mutton and mint goes very well. That is sheep or goat and mint goes, it's a very classic combination. So always bear that in mind, okay? This mixture is ready. We didn't put salt, okay? Now you can put salt directly into the meat, okay, and the semolina mixture, or you can put salt into the masala mixture, okay? So in that goes, and this is, oh, it's a lovely mixture, a really spicy mixture. Now what I'm going to do is something very different. I'm going to do some operation technique, okay? I'm going to take my gloves. Don't want to get my fingers dirty. Feel like I'm going to do surgery. This is so that, because I don't want to touch raw meat, okay? Now, here into the meat mixture, we're going to add our masalas, okay? What we had put. So nothing raw is in this, okay? Now, what we have to do is, with our hands, just mix the whole thing up, okay? Okay. Now, this is mixed up well. Now, the chicken and the beef mix, okay, it was separate. It was in two different sections of the plate. I mixed the whole thing together so that everything is a lovely mishmash. Now, you can notice, if you look very closely, you can actually notice the semolina. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use semolina for some sort of reason, you can use bread soaked in water or milk, whatever, one slice of bread or something, or half a slice of bread, mixed in one slice of bread actually for this quantity, soaked in water, squeeze it and just mix the whole thing up. Now this is very enjoyable process. Now to this add 1 egg, okay, 1 egg, there it goes. And just mix the whole thing up. Now, very, very simple. Now, if you don't add the semolina, okay, when you actually fry the meatballs, it's just going to splurt all over and just going to disperse, and it's not going to be rounds. So you have to be careful, okay? Now, if you can chill this for around 15 minutes in the refrigerator, that is giving it rest. Just like us human beings, the ingredients in the kitchen also needs rest. Okay, so once we do some exercise or workout, we need to rest for some time. Just like that, all the things in the kitchen we do, so like bread making, anything, okay, you need to give time for it to rest, settle, let the structures really bind together, and they will become one. That's the technique of cooking. Okay, so this has to rest for some time. Here, my poor mixture doesn't have time to rest because we don't have time to rest. So I'm just going to make meatballs. Now, don't try to make it, now if it's for an appetizer, try to make it medium size. Don't make it too big. Okay, if it's for spaghetti or something, make it very small. The smaller it is, the cuter. Okay, here. Now, meatballs with different type of meats like pork, beef and mutton, okay, gives depth, okay, in the particular meatball. Rather than just making it beef meatball or pork meatball or any one meat, it's always better to mix meats together because it'll give you depth in flavor. It'll give you a very, very, very sort of deep flavor. Now, the slow, repetitive movement is very calming. Do it very patiently and treat it with love. The last one, and then, okay, I'm just going to show some 8 or 10. Just going to take this out. This has been, okay. Now, what we have to do is fry the meatballs, okay? So, the meatballs are all shaped up. I'm going to take my oil, sunflower oil or canola oil, whatever you want. That's up to you, even olive oil, no problem. Okay, just a bit, not too much. And then let it heat well, okay? Once it's really heated up, you just put the meatballs in. Not too much at a time because the temperature of the oil will go down. So to avoid that, to keep the temperature of the oil in a steady pace, always fry or cook around 3 to 4, not more than that, because otherwise you'll have to be very, very careful. Otherwise it'll soak up the oil, okay? So carefully lower these beauties, these darlings. Beautiful darlings. I'm going to be a bit more adventurous and probably I'll put the whole thing in. There. Now, like I said, it shouldn't be dry. If you notice your mixture is dry, that means you haven't done it right. Then you'll have to add a bit more of milk or something to make it a bit, or you can put a little bit of tomato ketchup. But this, what I have shown you, is the correct consistency of the meatball. Now, you have to keep on turning it so that the whole, it's like in a round thing, no? It's meatball. So every part should be uniformly cooked. So you have to keep on, you have to keep on turning it so that all parts of the meatball is cooked very well. Now, these are done well. All you have to do is just put it in a serving plate, okay. Lovely. Now, because it's mince, it's very easily cooked, okay. Now, the next batch. Now, the second batch is also done. Okay, it's browned. Now, if you're not very sure, you can just with a fork cut it in half and try it. It will cook because it's minced meat or ground meat, so it won't take much time to cook anyway. Now, the thing is, usually I've heard complaints that meatballs, once you cook it, it just disperses and it scatters in the oil. This hasn't because of the semolina I put, or you can use breadcrumbs. Okay. Now, this is done. What we have to do is a little bit of dressing. Okay. A little bit of dressing, not too much. The same oil, just a bit, just a bit. Okay, that's it. And in that oil, garlic, okay, around 3 cloves of garlic. Just let it brown well. A little bit of coriander if you want, and let it toast well. Next, we add around 2 chilies. Okay, now this is optional. This is just to make it spicy and hot. Okay, just for a garnish. If you're having it with drinks or something, perfect. Okay, and a little bit, a wee bit of soy sauce, just a bit. Yes. Just put these meatballs back, and I made all my poor staff cough and sneeze. Just go on like this. Oh, it's awesome. Now, on a bed of spinach leaves or salad leaves, any leaves you want, that's it. Your meatballs are ready. Spicy, hot, lovely, delicious meatballs are ready. Okay, so now what I do is just put this, lovely. Delicious, lip-smacking, spicy, yummy meatballs for you from me.